What is up, everybody? Solomon here. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic Tuesday. I'm going to hop right into this and just kind of state my opinion on something which could certainly be incorrect, but I just very much so believe with everything that's been going on with the Ripple lawsuit that it's pretty much a gigantic smokescreen at this point in time. Again, I could be wrong, but if there's smoke, there's fire, in my opinion. And in my opinion, Ripple is sitting at the seat of a lot of these task force initiatives that are through governmental organizations, et cetera, the Faster Payments Committee, Faster Payments Task Force. I mean, you kind of get the picture, listed in executive orders in pretty much every single blockchain initiative that we've seen across the board, and may or may not be utilizing XRP. But from Ripple's stance, I mean, I still think that they're just one of the most ingrained organizations in this entire space. So I saw this today, obviously. This is Jeremy Hogan. Ripple set to win its case against the SEC by April 2022. Now, Jeremy has been just an amazing proponent for the XRP community. Yet to be seen, obviously, if the case does settle by April 2022. But I just wanted to give Jeremy a shout out. I found this morning. Now, this is from American Banker. And now this is cryptocurrencies and 10 bank and fintech executives to watch in 2022. And the first person that is mentioned within this entire thing is Brad Garlinghouse at Ripple. The one thing that I do want to say is that these postings always get it completely incorrect as far as how they phrase XRP and the ownership of XRP and basing it solely within Ripple, et cetera, which we know is not true. The XRPL is obviously decentralized. Otherwise, some of the voting proposals and mechanisms that we've been waiting for, many of you in the NFT community, they talks about side chains and things like that. If it wasn't decentralized, these things would have been pushed through much sooner. One of the cruxes of true decentralization is the fact that it takes these things with a much more stringent aspect from a majority vote standpoint than it would if they just weren't decentralized. So now this is if the courts determine that XRP is a digital currency and not a security, the value of XRP would likely rise and Ripple could potentially win back the hearts and minds in the U.S. financial community. But for now, a host of competitors that use stablecoins rather than Ripple's digital asset. Now this is what I don't like, Ripple's digital asset. Ripple certainly leverages the utility of XRP, but it's not Ripple's digital asset with the ownership standpoint. So moving forward here, this is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. This is equal access. This is equal opportunity across the board and participating in the future of finance. The Coinbase CEO certainly has a right to do what he wants to with his own money, but it just goes to show who we're dealing with in some of these markets at this point in time. Coinbase CEO reportedly buys Los Angeles mansion for $133 million. So kudos to Brian Armstrong for using that money wisely and in a way that gives back to the community. All right. Polkadot is ready for a big 2022, which I certainly agree with. I am not sleeping on DOT whatsoever. I've been holding DOT since it was, I believe, $220 a coin. That was before they did the reallocation, and it dropped down to like $2.20. You can obviously look at what the price is doing now. I think DOT is going to be massive in the future. One of the interesting things that I saw in this article is follow the developers. And you can see from last year, there was 2,600 developers working on Polkadot 12 months ago, and now there is nearly 10,000. So obviously just kind of that parabolic growth from the work that is being put in within the network, and I'm excited to see where Polkadot goes. Talking about Polkadot, Alliance Block, together with Super Colony _net, they will deploy Alliance Block's funders, which is their peer-to-peer. There's a bunch of different mechanisms within funders, but essentially a peer-to-peer mechanism for fundraising from a centralized and decentralized finance standpoint. They are launching their funders and their decentralized exchange on Polkadot's selected parachains using Ink, a next-generation programming language. Now, this is funny, actually, to me a little bit because this partnership I had found maybe 7 months ago or something like that by looking through like repos on repositories on GitHub. But kudos to this official announcement of this partnership. I think launching Alliance Block's decentralized exchange and funders protocol within some of the parachains that exist or have been awarded those slots within Polkadot is just going to be absolutely immense. And it just goes to show you what Alliance Block is doing, having a very much so interoperable view, a very agnostic view about what real value is. And I think that their product suites are going to solve quite a bit of problems in this space, not just now, but almost reinventing the way that decentralized exchanges and peer-to-peer fundraising and loans and financing and all of that stuff occurs within this space as well. So exciting. Real quick, just one or two more things. This is the European Securities and Market Authority putting out a call for evidence on DLT. And what will be interesting to a lot of you is that essentially these proof of concepts and trials are going to lead us into 2023 and 2024. Essentially kind of that actual consolidation of the reviews that are going to be going on from these proof of concepts align themselves to that 2024 timeframe, which we've consistently talked about in this space. And last but not least, I wanted to give a shout out to Stefan W. Huber. I actually gave this dude a follow today. Found this, and this is the 2022 Securities Regulation Institute that's going to be held in person in Coronado, California. What's interesting to me is that we see the speakers on Monday, January 24th, Gary Gensler, obviously 8:15 to 8:45. He certainly doesn't need talked about. I don't even know if I will dignify talking about him on this channel. But also we see William Hinman, the infamous William Hinman, as far as, the talking about Ethereum essentially not being a security and then kind of retracting those comments, so the SEC retracting those comments. And Mary Jo White, Debevoise and Plimpton LLP, obviously we know is a litigator for Ripple, and they're going to be sharing the stage. So this should be very, very interesting. We do know that Mary Jo was previously I think she was previously the chair at the SEC as well, and it'll be interesting to see what goes on in that conversation. Yeah, Mary Jo White previously served as a chair of the United States Securities and Exchange Commission and U.S. Attorney for Southern District of New York, senior chair of this law firm, obviously now working at Ripple. So just a gigantic white-collar lawyer. You can read down through some of the comments in here just about, the work that she has done. Described by one peer as the single best white-collar lawyer I've ever worked with, bar none. And I will certainly, if I can't watch this publicly, I would love to be a fly on the wall here, because I just think that it's so ironic that we're talking about the future of regulatory clarity within this space. And yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about it anymore. Again, I just think that it's a little bit of a smokescreen that we're all kind of just watching and waiting, because if there's some sort of a settlement, maybe there's a fine, maybe there's not a fine, but I don't know. If you would have analyzed XRP years ago, maybe there would have been a different outcome, in my opinion, or there will be a different outcome. But they're not analyzing XRP from years ago. There's so much utility being built out on the XRPL, utilizing XRP functionality and utility across the board right now. I don't even think that it's a clear argument. And I think that that's been John Deaton's argument all along, is that, if they would have came out and said that, we are actually, this lawsuit is about the state of Ripple or the state of XRP X amount of years ago, it would have been much different, but they didn't. I mean, they're talking about the state of XRP right now, and I think that it's just complete BS, and I can't wait until that day of vindication for the XRP community, because I fervently believe that we've been right all along. Again, take that with a grain of salt. I'm one guy. I'm certainly, that's above my pay grade to say, but that's just my opinion. So do your own due diligence and research. I appreciate all of you guys, and I look forward to talking to you guys when I talk to you. All right, later.